Hey guys, I'm Gary, and this is your exclusive movie review of Synchronic. This is a Netflix original film starring Anthony Mackie and Jamie Dornan. I don't know what it is, but I think Anthony Mackie is like the go-to guy of small, independent, action-oriented Netflix films. Every time I turn around a corner, he's got another movie, another Netflix movie coming out. It's not a bad thing, but I feel like his movies, especially, are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, like with less budget wise. Obviously, he's got Falcon and the Winter Soldier that came out, which was massive. But I feel with Netflix, they're doing a lot of these really low budget films that are just like maybe an hour and 40 minutes. They're not always fulfilling. It feels like the idea is there in their films. They're great ideas, but they're not fully flourished. And I think this is it's a good movie. Synchronic is a good movie, but it's again not fully flourished. More time should have been spent on the individual characters alone. So to get back to the movie itself, it's about these two paramedics that go to all these crack houses and they find this drug. There's one specific drug, and every time they go to a house, somebody has died in a different way, in a completely random way. Anthony Mackie's character ends up taking one of these pills. After finding out about this pill, they do a little bit of research on where it came from. Anthony Mackie's character takes one of these pills and something happens. His body goes elsewhere. It's a this is I'm not going to give you the specifics, but it's a bit of a time travel film. It is and it's not. He takes this pill, he's somewhere else, and then he's got 7 minutes to get back to the same spot he was, or he won't be able to come back. In the process of this, someone goes missing. One of the paramedics' daughters goes missing. And so Anthony Mackie's character takes it upon himself to find out if she took this drug. So he's going to places that she went to and taking the pill. And then, of course, he disappears. Where the time periods that he disappears to, it's interesting. Like the concept of this movie is very interesting, but I feel like, again, like I was saying in the beginning, it really should have been a character piece instead of trying to explore the idea of this movie in such a way where it's like it's important but it's not important. They don't spend enough time trying to explain it. It's a huge mystery to them, which I get. But if you're going to leave the premise as a mystery, the idea of this movie as a mystery, then you need to focus on your characters a lot more. Who they are, what are they about, why are they there, right? And I feel like they give you some of that, but it's so cliche. They're so exterior and so far away from the camera. Like there's no real close-ups of these characters going through an emotional ordeal when somebody goes missing. Everybody just seems closed off. And then you get to Anthony Mackie's character, who is like all up in arms in this drug and trying to figure it out, it's a cool scenario. It's a cool scene. But if you were just going to leave that the way it is, you need more character development, at least with these two characters. And I feel like they just kind of fly by. Okay, we'll get back to this. I love independent films, and I love the mystery that they provide sometimes, especially with a movie like this, where they don't have to fully flourish their idea. But as long as we get enough, really enjoy it, right? But if we don't get enough of it, which we really don't here, we have to focus on the characters. And I feel like this film doesn't really do that. It's just kind of, they're just kind of there. And it kind of made the movie, when it's just about these two, kind of boring, right? When it focuses on Anthony Mackie's character and the pills, that was the most interesting part. I feel like they could have just scrapped Jamie Dorman's character, had him really sidelined, and just focus on Anthony Mackie's character entirely. This was like a good movie, a good basic movie for somebody to grab a hold of this, either remake it or really just not remake it, but like take this idea, make it into their own, and make a bigger movie with maybe a $50 million budget. There was no way this movie was probably maybe $5 million or $10 million budget. And even with that, I feel like there have been other movies out there with a $10 million budget with this crazy idea. This, well, not this one, but as crazy idea as this one is, and fully flourished their idea. And I feel like this movie could have done the same thing. I was engaged in the movie, but I was just disappointed at the characters. I was engaged with the idea. I really wanted this film to go further with it, right? But it was only an hour and 41 minutes. And I feel like you could explore quite a bit in that time, but I feel like there was a lot of scenes that could have just been thrown out and added, and you could have added better scenes or more scenes where these characters weren't so distant from each other. They weren't lively. These characters weren't really lively. They were just kind of there. I feel like if they would have just made these characters open up more, stand out a little bit more, I think this movie would have been more beneficial, a better experience to watch. Thanks for watching, and please share if you agree or disagree. Put a comment down below me.